Howdy, and welcome to Thoughtform Invasion by Gemezl, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. I imagine I'm not. You can see it on screen. It's a Gemezl. Gemezl? I see the word Gem, so I was like, oh yeah, Gemezl. But I feel like that's not correct, so I apologize for that. This game is available for free. All of the creators' games are available for free on their itch.io. They're not even like name your own price. The creator has not opened themselves up to being supported financially. So, keep an eye on their stuff, and maybe one day you'll be able to support them financially. And I would appreciate it if you're able to do that when you can. So I'm going to just read a bit off this itch.io page, just for y'all. In Thoughtform Invasion, you need to try and fall asleep while being harassed by redacted. The more you think about them, the more likely they are to materialize. You use your flashlight to scare them away, close your eyes, get a good night's rest, brace yourself if you decide to open your eyes. I kind of glance past that second part because that's gameplay. We'll figure that out. So I'm playing this game entirely for selfish reasons. Their game after this one, which is currently their newest, Mimic Search, came across my Twitter, and I was like, oh, that sounds like that could be interesting. But I always check out the creators' other games before, I just jump in. Check out what's going on there. There might be something like in this situation where it interests me specifically. I've talked about this in the past in other videos, but I have a lot of trouble with sleep. A hard time falling asleep, a hard time staying asleep. And, sometimes that can cause problems. If I get, let's just say a week to 2 weeks worth of sleeping like shit, I start experiencing exploding head syndrome. So then I'll try to go to sleep. And then, right before I fall asleep, auditory hallucinations happen and wake my ass up like, oh no, there's someone screaming out just outside the window, outside my room. Oh no, I hear a baby crying outside. It's always outside the room or like right next to the bed. Like you start hearing like little whispers or whatever, which that might not be entirely exploding head syndrome and just be exhaustion. But I think it ties in because it's like your brain's like trying to get REM sleep or something. So it switches you into a dream too quickly while you're still awake. And that kind of results in the exploding head. It jolts you awake. So having problems sleeping, I saw this game about trying to sleep while the thought forms invade. And I was just like, damn, I am very interested in this. So let's just jump in. So this seems like it's cut into 5 nights, one like a Mr. Fazbear's kind of deal. So we also have the option to keep our eyes closed and just try to fall asleep. Now, I do this a lot while trying to fall asleep, and then my brain just gets distracted, and I start thinking about stuff, and I'm like, oh, I should probably stop thinking so much and just try to like sleep and just brain ends up running. Now, there are thought forms invading. We were able to, I guess, fall asleep. I don't know, if we just can keep our eyes closed and go to sleep, like why wouldn't we just continue to do that? I assume at some point this is not going to work. At some point this is probably going to end up getting us killed, I guess. Light scares them, so I guess maybe the first time, it's just letting us know, hey, this is what you want to do. Your ideal is you would fall asleep, but we're being told light scares them, so we're hearing stuff happening. So I assume if I do nothing about it, eventually, this thought form is going to invade and get me, and because see, like stuff's happening, and it's not stopping our bar. And we haven't been told, like, hey, you've been killed. Oh, hey, okay, so we do need to stop the thought form. The thought form's materialized. Okay, so we were told that thinking about them is, the more you think about them, the more likely they are to materialize. So the first night, we were able to sleep perfectly fine. So now I do need to keep my finger on the trigger, and in this case, the E key, so we can scare them away, and we can learn some thought form defense. So I don't know if we want to jump at this, like when we hear that door open, or if this will play out the same way. If that's what we want to do here, just wait like, oh, I heard a thing, and then like, haha, pop to life. Like we see we have a battery meter, so we probably don't want to, jump at nothing. And I'm not hearing the thing, so let's just, I have to keep my I have to hold E for it to happen. Oh, and see, because we opened our eyes, I think we're having a harder time falling asleep right now. But like nothing's happening. So I don't know. Like you realistically, you can't just sit there and like keep opening your eyes and like hope to fall asleep. Like I don't have a falling asleep bar in the same way. Like if I open my eyes and started waving a flashlight around like this, like my bar would like totally reset. But like, yeah, we can see like we need to not do that for our bar to actually move. But nothing's happening this time. Like we don't hear anything. And this is only night 2. Like night 1 seemed like a gimme. Maybe I got lucky. So I don't know. Like I guess maybe this time I was proactive enough while they were doing their thing, or before they could do their thing, that we didn't end up getting like the door opening or the static of the TV coming on. I'm not sure. Let's continue on. Because last time it said something, it told us light scares us. Ignore noise. Okay, so I was like, oh yeah, noise. Noise is our friend to be like our little thing. So what is it like a random generation? Is it like like we're told to ignore noise. So what we want to do is use our sight then, right? Because we can't use any of our other, it's video game. But like if we open our eyes, we're not falling asleep, which means the level's going to take longer and our battery drains quite quickly. One of those video game flashlights, their batteries are just garbage. It's either someone is breathing. Well, okay. Yeah, we were told to ignore noise. Why would I care if someone is breathing? Oh, hey, you got that one. Actually did get it. It is quite loud. Okay, so this is. I've never played the Five Nights at Freddy's, even though I made that comment. I personally wasn't interested in it when it first came out, despite liking horror the way I do. But like apparently the creator's like a MAGA guy. I think that's his deal. I don't know. It might just be like hyper like Christian. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. It wasn't my thing already, so I was like, whatever. I thought the movie was quite bad and I actually fell asleep during it. This just seems like an interesting gamble here. Like we were just told to ignore noise, but hey, go away, dude. The dude who looks like Harry Mason. Harry Mason? Yeah. It's been a while since I played Silent Hill 1, but I'm pretty sure his name's Harry Mason. I'm hoping that's correctly. It's been like a full 7 years since I played Silent Hill 1 last. So what are we supposed to rely on here? Like, it seems like we have nothing to really rely on. Like, it's a real gamble of like, how long do we want to try and fall asleep? Like right there, we did get the little shoe steppy noise, but the shadow figure, whatever that was, hey, is that normal? Okay, I'll assume that painting's normal. Like, what are we doing here? Like, for the shadow guy, I don't know what kind of defense we can do other than me going, ha-ha, and, just a quick, little glance of our thing. But then we're not going to fall asleep. We're going to run out of battery and then just kind of have to hope it all works out. Like, obviously, I'm talking here. So if there might be some kind of micro cue that I'm missing, I did just hear a beep. I'm not sure what beeped. Perhaps like a clock of some sort. It doesn't seem like it was tied to anything, though. So I'm not exactly sure. Not a lot of... Well, there's literally no visual information to go on until we open our eyes, but then we don't fall... I think I heard something. That might be a clock. I thought it was like footsteps. See, if light scares them... Go away, dude. I guess maybe he isn't Harry Mason. I'm just hoping that's the name at this point. I think I just saw the jacket. I think it's like a beige jacket the dude's wearing. Oh, I thought I heard the footsteppy again. Go away. Stop that. Okay, so the static was a scary thing that was coming for us. I mean, I guess we know that because we did get got. But the shadow person, I'm not exactly sure what we could do well, we know what to do to stop them. I just don't know what cue we get. And we're only on night 3, so this is going to get more difficult. See, now this is a problem because, like, to me, if you give me this kind of bar, I would just be like, oh, well, fuck it, I'll just try and fall asleep. Let's see him get me. And that's my kind of. I played a different game. I believe it's called Acrophile, where it has like a thing like this where you need to like fall asleep. And my judgment on it was like, well, fuck it. I'll just try and sleep. If I get got, I get got. And I tried that here, didn't work. But now, oh, yeah, okay. There was a sound for the shadow person. It was a very slight opening of the cabinet. I keep calling them a shadow person. I'm not exactly sure because I could just kind of see a black figure with like some like white eyes, and that's all I could make out of the thing. So thus shadow figure. Why not? Seems applicable. It's a pretty common sleep paralysis kind of deal. So I don't know. I guess we'll just continue on, see what's up. This is a little bit different than I imagined. Listen carefully, which is exactly... you know what? I actually might turn up my volume a little bit. I normally keep my volume quite low, just because I don't like loud things, which is... Now this is going to backfire, because I do need to hear the slight cues. But also... Hey, stop that. But also, if... whenever they get me, it's going to be extra loud. So then I'm like, because I hate loud audio. Like, just for example, my audio, for the recording to work correctly, I need to keep Windows audio at 100%. There's like I don't know what that sound is. Oh, well, I don't know what it was, but it almost got me. Go away. My Windows audio has to be set at 100% for the recording to like work properly, or else the recording will come in like quiet. So I have my audio going through my monitor, which then my monitor's like audio I had set at 5% before. I turned it up to 10%. I normally just keep it that low. Like, I can't stand loud stuff. On my phone audio, if I'm listening to like music through the thing, I normally keep it at like the lowest setting it can get to. Hey, go away. The lowest setting it can go to, just because like anything like louder than that just hurts my ears. And like even the lowest settings with my cheap ass, I believe they are knockoff. Oh, hey, hello. I believe they're knockoff Beats. The Beats by, are they called Beats by Dre, or are they just like Dr. Dre Beats? I don't know. They're like knockoffs of that I got for like super duper cheap. I didn't realize they were knockoffs. I was at work one day, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you got the Beats." And I was like, what do you, okay, if you say so. So those, like, oh, they are so damn loud. Like whenever I plug in headphones into my phone, because my phone still has a headphone jack, and I'm very proud of that. I don't want a phone without a headphone jack. Whenever I just do wired stuff, like the lowest setting is like, yes, this is nice. It's not too loud, but for some reason the Bluetooth is just much, much louder. And maybe that's just how the thing is configured. Like, some kind of thing with like the, here's something. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, because there was like a... And like, obviously we keep hearing, hey, go away. We keep hearing that beep. Now this is going to be a problem because I'm barely asleep and our battery's not doing so good. I thought I heard that beep again, but it might have been, that beep might have just covered up another noise. I don't know. And it doesn't seem like we have to keep the light on them very long before they'll just go, hey, I know that one now. Doesn't seem like we have to keep the light on them for very long before they'll go away. So, just doing a quick scan of the screen with the flashlight doesn't seem like too bad of an idea. But, oh, you came out pretty quickly. Like, wow, I was not quick enough on the draw. I might not be able to beat all 5 nights of this at my skill level. But I also might just need to, just shut up and give this a try where I'm listening. That's probably good. I actually managed to catch that guy this time, huh? It's like a very slight sound. It seems like they have like a snaky neck kind of deal. And I also, I should probably shut up, but came up with an idea of like, oh, I should probably keep the thing in the middle of the of the screen so I can easily, get out the draw on where I heard the sound. Two at once. And I just realized that ignore noise might be more of ignore ambient noise rather than, more specific sounds. This motherfucking guy won't go away. Well, almost got there with that one. Yeah, so the the resource management in this is very interesting because it seems like you have to figure out exactly which ones that you're gonna like call on the bluff. But the problem seems to be is sometimes the bluff seems to cover up some of the other sounds, and I don't know if I really have the skills for this. I am going to take at least one more crack at this, but I'm not sure that even if I manage to finish night 4, I did come up pretty close there. So I think, well, obviously I jumped a couple times more than I should have since I ran out of battery at the end. And I could hear like, oh, snake head guy is getting like, I guess snake neck would be more close. It's a human face, just long, giraffe-like snaky neck thing. Yeah, I'll take another crack at this and see if maybe I can discern which sounds are the ones that I should turn the light on for or not. Damn it. Man, I thought I had that one. I was like so sure that one was gonna work out because it was like we heard the shattering in the background, and I was like, that's not what that guy makes, but I guess that could also be that guy's thing. Which I also was like, I have to make sure that's Harry Mason. I didn't just make a fool of I guess I still made a fool of myself by second guessing myself that I forgot the protagonist name of Silent Hill 1. I definitely came as you saw. Got about as far as I did last time and used way less battery. I think I've gotten a little bit better at discerning the sounds, so I'm going to take another crack at it. And I think the more you keep your eyes open, the more they seem to appear. I'm not sure if that exactly is true, especially because that just means as your battery dwindles, you're just even more fucked than your battery dwindling. But it did say like, wait, was that in the the more you think about them, the more likely they are to materialize, which I assume means the more you open your eyes, the more you're likely to run into them. And I don't think there isn't an option built into here to rebind keys, but it would be nice to be able to have this on left click instead of E. I can probably press E faster than left click, but just being able to do it with like one hand, I don't know, would feel a little safer, and also be like, oh, it's like the flashlight. You're holding it in your hand, you click it on, and then you go. But, I keep looking down at my E key to make sure that I actually have my damn finger on it, because I have a bad habit of like my hand will drift, and then it's like, oh, why isn't this thing working? It's like, oh, I'm on the wrong key. But let's take another crack at night 4. Hooray, we did it. So obviously I got very lucky there in that, ran out of battery. It was just able to ride it out and fall asleep before any of the things that we could hear got us. So lucky there. But also I could hear the rumbling in the background of a train about to come by my house. I'm like, fuck, man, this is going to suck if I have to cut around this and add anything in post because the train came. But no, but luckily it came about like 15 seconds, or at least the horn started blaring like 15 seconds after we managed to complete night 4, which is probably as far as we're going to make it. I am going to take a crack at night 5 though and just see what's up with it. This isn't gonna go well, is it? Oh well, I guess that's how that goes. I couldn't hear that one. I heard it the first time it appeared in the window. I almost said mirror like an idiot. Heard it the first time. I couldn't hear it. I think there might have been a slight like slinking up to the bed that I didn't discern as a noise. Thought it was like an ambient thing. Some of these thought forms seem to have a oh hey I've been activated noise. So I guess the thing of it like appearing in the mirror, or I fucking did it. I just said I was it appearing in the window. It was probably the warning that you need to start listening out for like slinking towards the bed sounds. I mean, obviously that was our first crack at it, and I think I'll take one more crack at it. But I want to get these thoughts out while I still have them and they're fresh, so I don't forget. I think this concept is pretty interesting. Of having to keep an ear out. Obviously, doesn't play well to trying to commentate over it because you need to be very vigilant of the sounds. It doesn't work with my setup specifically because I do hate loud noises, which is funny for someone who likes horror. I have thoughts on jump scares. They have their place, but so the concept of the game I think is interesting, and there's something there. Obviously, I made the comparison already to the Five Nights at Freddy with the Five Night, setup, it getting more difficult. But it's more pared down than that, and I think I can't say. I was gonna say it gets to like a pure version of that experience, but I can't say for sure because I've never played it. But it boils down from what I've seen of Five Nights at Freddy's type videos. Having not played it myself, it feels like it really boils down what works with that game down to a very, this is going to sound rude, but I don't mean it this way. Like a basic level, like this is what you do in that game, but just like, hey, here's it, like just pure, it's uncut, you're not futzing around with what do these do? What do these cameras do? I have like, different, several different resources. It's all one thing, so I think it's an interesting game. However, in universe, if I was a person whose thoughts could materialize and murder my ass, I might just, I don't know, just slam a bunch of melatonin and like sleep aid stuff and just like, well, see ya. Or if you wanted to be vigilant like this character is, which, obviously is probably a better way than, like, I assume, like, taking, like, sleep aid night after night would probably fuck with your liver? I don't know. I've never had to worry about that. But, okay, you're laying down. Your thoughts can materialize and murder your ass. Your flashlight is a piece of shit. You could perhaps buy a better flashlight with battery that works. You could, bring several flashlights to bed. So you're like, oh, that one's done. You could dual wield them as you sleep. Perhaps that would help. I would go see, not a doctor for this. I currently don't have healthcare, so you can't just be like, well, just go to a doctor and get them to fix it. I would call Exorcist, the Ghostbusters, go see some kind of medium. Like, hey, my thoughts can get out of my head and murder my ass. I don't know why they would want to do that, because it is my thoughts that materialize them and let them invade. If they kill me, do they disconnect and are now free into the world? Is that what happens? I would need, I need psychic help. I need to see a fucking psychic. I need someone to explain to me what's happening, how to, defeat it. What needs to happen? I don't know. But yes, I will take one more crack at night 5, although the smiley face, I think, might have my ass. We almost got there. We almost did it. I think I figured it out. I think the gimmick with the smiley face is that any sound can be it appearing. Perhaps I'm not 100% sure on that. Because just then I didn't hear it show up. I think there might have been a slight sound. I noticed when it appeared once there was like a like a very slight like towards the window. So maybe there was just more sound that I missed because I didn't hear that slinking that I suspected before. So we took our best crack at it. I don't think I have the skills to do this. But I enjoyed this. This was very different than what I expected. Because I opened this with I have a hard time sleeping. This isn't the same hard time sleeping I have. I am not beset by demons. It's just oh no, something slightly too loud happened in the hallways. Oh no, the cat has started making biscuits on me. Normal things. Also, we have 2 cats here, so something fell over in the hallway. One of those dipshits just knocked something over. It's not, Harry Mason coming to murder me. And I imagine with each night, they seem to add the thought forms that show up. Because the smiley face didn't show up until night 5, which makes sense. They probably show up as they or add more as they increase in difficulty. But I do have one more complaint about the character and world. Okay, so obviously your thoughts are materializing to murder your ass. They're thoughts, so they can do this however. However, it does seem that they have specific ways of materializing. So, for example, the dude pops in through the door and is leaning over. So you can assume that the thing doesn't need to actually open the door. However, you could, lock and put a chair against the door handle so the door couldn't open. And you can move your bed so you don't have an angle you can't see around. The closet is open. I don't think anything ever appeared in the closet, but close the closet and lock it in a similar fashion. The wardrobe, the thing, it starts off closed, so you can't just be close it. You chain that motherfucker closed. The window, you can just draw the blinds. There's not much more you can do than that. TV, you can unplug, but if it's, thought brain magic happening, psychic junk, you would assume the TV would just turn on anyway. So I don't know. Turn the TV the other way, get the TV out of the bedroom, which would only leave you with the snakehead guy, which seems to appear in a chair by the bed, which you could say, well, don't put the chair in there. Which also raises the point that all of this is kind of moot, because if it's just thought things appearing, what's to stop them from just being well, fuck it, I'll just appear in the middle of the room. I don't need this fancy, calling card kind of thing. Although maybe that could be part of the psychic resonance that gets them to form. I don't know, man. I'm just throwing out, thinking in universe how this works. But yeah, no, if I was this guy, as much as I want to be well, I would go to a psychic and get my brain defragged and scanned for whatever thought form is invading. The real answer is I would be so stubborn that I would just be what's that weird noise? Well, fuck it. I'll just keep my eyes closed. Like I said, fuck it. I'll keep my eyes closed and just try to fall asleep and get my ass murdered night 1 or 2, as we saw. In this. But, it also, I guess, depends on the nature of the sound. Because most of it, for me, I'd just be oh, it's cats. Oh, girlfriend doing something weird in sleep. But no, it's, I'm getting my ass murdered by the thought forms. So that was Thought Form Invasion by Gemezl. Once again, sorry about the pronunciation.